When the facility first receives this product, it's very important that the admin sets up the very first profile, which is the owner profile. You'll switch your sources to the Android and you'll come to a welcome screen. This is the very first profile, which is the owner. It's very important that patients don't see this, as they can set up their own profile as an owner and have access to things they shouldn't. So as the admin, you'll go to continue, and you would select a PIN that's not going to be obvious, something that a patient would not be able to figure out. Once you're in, you'll need to hit the OK to get rid of the welcome screen. Hit your 6 dots at the center of the screen, go to settings, and whatever internet you prefer, if you're going Wi-Fi or Ethernet, this is where you'll set it up. Ethernet's plug and play. You plug it in, you'll have access. Wi-Fi, you have to set up, and it's not recommended you use a guest network. It's very recommended that you use your own network for these devices. Once connected, it's going to go to the PDi store and authenticate itself. You don't have to worry about that yet, so we're going to hit the home key, go back into the settings. And the very first thing you want to do is make sure your device is up to date. So you'll go to over the air at the bottom of the settings menu, check for additional system updates, and it will check, and it'll either tell you you have an upgrade available or your software is up to date. Once that's set, depending on how many users you want to set, because this can hold up to 8 user profiles, you'll go to users, and you'll see an option, maximum users on this device including owner. The least you can set it to is 2 because it includes the owner. So every time there's a new patient creating a profile, it will delete the past patient that had theirs set up. So you can set that up to 8. 8 is the default. Also, sometimes facilities want to change their sleep time. It will come defaulted to 5 minutes. If you want to change that to 30 minutes, you can. 10 minutes, you can. Also, something that the facility might want to change is the date and time if it's not correct. The way to do that is in the settings, go all the way to the bottom at the system and select date and time, and you can select your time zone. We're Eastern time, so I'm going to scroll up, select Eastern time, and now my clock should be correct. After you're done setting up, the patients can now create their profile safely without getting into anything they shouldn't. So you'll just log out, and a simple way to log out is to channel up and channel back down. And this will be the screen that the patient sees when he first sees the product. They will need to hit create account. They'll need to type in their name. Select done, and then continue with new user. Next is the welcome screen for them. This is where they need to set up their own password. And now patient has access to the Android. They can go to the browser as long as you're set up as you did in the owner profile. They shouldn't have any trouble getting online. They can go to any of the preloaded apps or any apps you decided to download yourself. And they can get into settings, but they can't change anything except on their own profile. Nothing that will mess with anything else. With the patient, they can also decide they don't want to leave their profile, and they can delete it themselves. They could 2 ways to do this. You can select delete my account, which is the red X, and they also have wipe user data. They both will delete your account. If the patient wants to save their profile, they simply just need to log out. A quick way to log out, drag to top right hand of the screen and touch your name, and you are now logged out. And the next patient can create their own profile, and it will save up to 8, including the owner. sometimes the Android will experience a freeze up. So you'll need to do a reset on it, kind of like on a cell phone when you do a battery pull. What you're going to do is take your finger and hold it on the power button for 8 seconds or until the device comes back on. Once the device comes back on, you'll see a CCI test pop up at the top left-hand side of the screen. This confirms that the test has been done. And now anything frozen should be unfrozen and you can enjoy the Android product again.